Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I am doing my September wrap-up. In the month of September, I unfortunately did not read as much as I wanted to, nor did I read pretty much anything that was on my TBR. So only 2 of the books I read this month were on my September TBR. Yeah, I was really busy this month. School took up a lot of my time, and a lot more than I expected it to. So I did a lot of reading. I read a lot for school, but I didn't get to read as much in my own free time, so I didn't get to read as many of the books that I was planning to read. But I still got to 6 books, well, 5 books and 1 graphic novel, and I think that that's a solid number. I'm still pretty proud of myself. I think that I read a decent amount in the amount of time that I had, along with all my reading for school, so I'm pretty proud. It's still okay. I'm not beating myself up over it. So this is gonna be a pretty short wrap-up since, like I said, I didn't get to do that much free reading this month. But without further ado, let's get into the books I read in the month of September. So the first book I read this month was on my September TBR, and that is Airfire by Sarah J. Maas. So if you watched my August wrap-up, you saw that I read Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight last month and absolutely loved them, and then I was going to pick up Airfire and Queen of Shadows this month, but I unfortunately didn't get to finish Queen of Shadows this month because, like I said, I've been so busy with school, but I'm about like 150 pages into that and it's killing my heart. And I think that's why it's taking me so long to read it, because I know it's going to hurt me. So I'm just like putting it off. But this month I did finish reading Airfire and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have to say, I liked this one less than I liked Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight. Crown of Midnight was definitely my favorite of the series so far. I gave that one a 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I did enjoy this one a lot, and I did enjoy getting to see some of the plot twist that was revealed at the end of Crown of Midnight explored in this book. But really my biggest issue with this one is that it was just kind of slow. It felt a bit like a filler book to me. I didn't really like some of the new characters that were introduced. Not that I hated any of them or anything, I just didn't really care about their storylines as they were going on. I kind of just wanted to get back to Kael and Dorian because they're my favorite, and dear God, the end of this book broke my heart and I was in tears. I had to like set my book down and just like walk around my house because I was flipping out. It was breaking my heart. It completely and utterly shattered my heart, but it was really good and I really did enjoy the end of it. Even though the rest of it was kind of slow, the end was kind of redeeming for me. So that's why I gave this one a 4.25 out of 5 stars. So after reading Airfire and trying to get through Queen of Shadows without it completely and utterly destroying me, I decided to take a little break from that and I picked up the next 3 books in the Series of Unfortunate Events series. So I read The Reptile Room, The Wide Window, and The Miserable Mill. I think it was either back in July or August that I read The Bad Beginning, the first book in this series, and I really liked it, and I wanted to pick up the rest of the series and continue on with it, and I only had the first 4 because I was borrowing them from a friend, and I decided to continue on with these since they were short and I was able to get through more books that way. And so I picked them up and I really liked them. I really like where this story is going. I love how dark it is and how awful everything is. It's really, really sad, but it's really entertaining to read and I'm really enjoying these. I gave The Reptile Room a 4 out of 5 stars. I gave The Wide Window a 4 out of 5 stars. And I gave The Miserable Mill 3 out of 5 stars. The next book I read this month was Born of Shadow by Sarah Benson. Sarah Benson, the author of this book, contacted me earlier this month and she asked me if I'd like to receive a copy of her book in exchange for an honest review. And I agreed and I read it this month and I will be posting my full review on it very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. So I'm not really going to go into detail on my thoughts and feelings on it right now because you can watch that in my review, but I did enjoy this book. I will say for now that this is definitely a book for you if you enjoy Percy Jackson. So like I said, I'm not really going to talk too much about this book, but I will say that if you enjoy mythology, you will probably enjoy this book because this book is heavily centered on Egyptian mythology and it's very interesting and very entertaining. But overall, I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And like I said, my review for this will be up very, very soon. So if you're interested in more of my in-depth thoughts on that, definitely go check that out. And the last book I read this month is probably my favorite thing that I read this month and definitely one of my favorite things that I have read this whole year, and that is Saga Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This comic is so freaking good. I was really hesitant to pick this up because I knew that it was kind of sci-fi based and it had something to do with aliens, and usually I'm not too into that. Not that I'm opposed to it or anything, but I don't tend to pick those types of books up. But oh my god, am I so glad that I picked this up. I have never been so pleased with a purchase because, oh my god, this comic was so freaking good. I am obsessed with it. I love all of the characters. They're so wonderful. They're so funny. It's so deep and emotional, and I cried several times throughout this. Like, not full on crying, but definitely some tears, and it was, oh my god, I don't have words. I'm so obsessed with this, and I want volume 2 so badly. It's killing me. I'm gonna have to like go to the library and pick it up or something because my comic book store didn't have it, and I need it. I need it right now. I will say that this is definitely an adult comic. It's for more mature audiences. It has that warning on the back, but it definitely deals with some sexual themes and it has some language. So if you're not comfortable with those things, then I'd probably stay away from this one. But otherwise, please read it, because if you haven't read this yet, you don't even know what you're missing. It's so good. It is so good. I don't even think you have to like sci-fi to like this, because I don't usually like sci-fi that much, but I'm so obsessed with this. It's so good, and I need the other volumes. And if you couldn't tell, I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. So there they are. Those are all the books. That's everything I read in September. It's not that much, but I'm not beating myself up because I did so much reading for school this month that I didn't have enough time to do any more free reading, and I'm really sad because there were so many books that I wanted to get to this month that I didn't get the chance to, and it's okay. You know, I still have a lot of months before the year ends, and I'm ahead of schedule on my Goodreads reading challenge, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day or night or evening or whatever, wherever it is that you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'm personally a Gryffindor, but doesn't mean I can't appreciate some nice Slytherin socks. I'm definitely obsessed with this. Anything Harry Potter, so of course I love this. I really love these.